Is the fear of being seen stopping you from getting the type of job you want, putting yourself out there in the job market? Is it stopping you from being able to have the business you want to have, marketing yourself, putting yourself out there? Are you an artist who is wanting to really be successful in your art, but you're too scared to put yourself out there? Being seen, or the fear of being seen, is all about feeling that you somehow don't have the right to bring attention to yourself in a way that's going to be really helpful for your career or for whatever it is that you're wanting to achieve. And it's something that's going to stifle you from fully being who you are and being happy and joyful in the world, because it may actually be stopping you from actually doing your life's work or your life's purpose, for example. And there's many ways where this can happen. So this video is going to be about how you can tap to get started with overcoming the fear of being seen. But before we do the tapping, hi, I'm Sandra Inman, author of Tapping into Abundance using EFT tapping and the law of attraction to change your mindset and turn your life around. And if you want to do just that, hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so that you don't miss any videos. I've done a lot of work on this myself because I had a lot of inhibitions around being seen and putting myself out there. And some of the most weird things came up when I was doing processes around this very thing. A lot of what I discovered was this view that for some reason I wasn't allowed to put myself out in the world, that I wasn't allowed to have what I wanted to have. I wasn't allowed to express myself. So a lot of it had to do with permission. For other people, it's to do with deserving of being seen. Other people, it's to do with that feeling of imposter syndrome. So, you know, I'm not good enough. People think that I'm a fake. All of these things can come up out of the processes around the fear of being seen. So if you do have that fear of being seen, just try this process. And I may have also done something similar to this in another video, because this is a really good process for a lot of different things, but particularly for the fear of being seen. So I want you to close your eyes and imagine that you are watching a film, a movie. And in the movie is you. You're standing up on a stage. There's an auditorium. The door opens. Some people walk into the auditorium. When you first start doing this exercise, fill the auditorium with your family and maybe some old school friends, people from your childhood, when you were growing up. And they sit down. And as they sit down and they settle, you may have a big sign that you hold up that maybe it has on it something that you feel triggered by. So maybe it's got a certain amount of money you want to earn, or maybe it's got something on it that written on it like, I'm awesome at what I do. And even if this isn't something you'd normally do, I don't think too many people do this that often, still do the exercise. It may feel weird. That's okay. The process is designed to trigger you, essentially, so that you can see what thoughts and feelings are coming up. So whatever it is that you're holding up on that sign, you actually say to the audience. So if it's something like, I am awesome at what I do, have that on your sign and say to them, I am awesome at what I do. I'm brilliant at this. Or I am going to earn this amount of money this year, whatever it is. And as you do that, you take notice of what's going on in the audience, who's reacting, particularly the ones that are critical or negative. You're not at this stage interested in the ones who are cheering you on, because you will hopefully have them. But the ones are those one or two people, or maybe more, who are sitting in the audience and they are being really critical of you. They might be laughing at you, they might get up and walk out, they might be whispering to each other, they might be making snide remarks, they might be doing all sorts of nasty things. And just observe what it is that they're doing and what feeling you're getting from them. And so when you do the tapping, you would do it like this. So I'm going to use the example of maybe people in the audience who may be sniggering and leering and maybe saying some nasty things. But whatever you see, write down and then use whatever you see in this tapping, because I just want to show you this process and how you go about using the tapping to help change the scene and change the behavior of the people in the scene, and how when you do that, you're actually changing your subconscious view of those people in your head that are telling you, yourself telling you these things like you're not good enough, or you have no right to be there, or who are you kidding, that kind of thing. And if you find that in the audience you're not getting necessarily negative reactions so much from family and old school friends, although I think in most cases there would probably be something come from the past in there, you can bring in a different audience of perhaps colleagues, people you work with, or your customers, or the people who are going to interview you for a job. Those people, bring them in and see what you get from those people, because you may find that you're criticizing yourself more in relation to that sort of a scene than the criticism that's coming from the past. So once you see that, you just start tapping and you say, there they are. They're sniggering at me. They're laughing at me, whispering to each other, rolling their eyes. They're saying, who do you think you are? Who do you think you are? How could you know that? They're saying, how could you know all of that? They're saying, you can't achieve that. No one in our family achieves that. You're not allowed. It's forbidden. How dare you claim that? How dare you say that? You have no right to claim that. You're nothing. You'll never amount to anything. And after you've gone through tapping through what it is that you're seeing, and also maybe adding to that a little bit about what you're feeling in response to that. So you may be tapping on, and I feel really bad about myself. I just want to run and hide. I just want to get off the stage. This doesn't feel good. After you've done that first round of tapping, you close your eyes and look at the audience again. Do the same action of stating whatever it is that you've got on your sign, and just see if there's anything that's changed in the audience. Generally what happens is there's changes. Now I'm not going to say what those changes are, because I don't want to preempt you into maybe imagining something that isn't really happening. But generally speaking, there will be changes that you will see in the audience. Changes of behavior, changes of non-verbal expressions, changes of things that they might say and that they might do. And each time you see a change, you tap on what you're seeing, you tap on your reaction to it, and then you close your eyes and you go back into the scene and see what it is that they are saying or doing. This is how you'll find out what the fears are behind being seen. And as you tap on these, you'll start to feel more confident about being seen. It's more effective than just doing some random tapping on your fear of being seen, because whilst that might happen in the short term, especially if maybe you've got to go for an interview or you've got to do some public speaking or some kind of performance, it's good to do some tapping like that. If you're wanting something that's more of a permanent change, doing these kinds of processes are much more likely to give you some permanent results than just tapping on what you're thinking and feeling in the moment without doing the visualization. And these processes and techniques are the very thing that I use in my one-to-one coaching with people when we're doing tapping together, because they are so effective. Some people are more visual than other people. Some people are really good with their imagination. People are all different. And so when you're working one-on-one with somebody with tapping, you can use all of these different ways of working with tapping to be able to access the subconscious mind and change it according to each individual person. Unfortunately, tapping videos can't do that. So if you are interested in working with me one-on-one, I do offer a free clarity session where we get together, have a chat, see what's going on with you, what you may need help with, and if I can help you, and then we can go from there. If you're interested in that, the link to my calendar to book is in the description field below this video. If you like the video, hit the like button, share it with your friends, don't forget to subscribe, and I'm Sandra Inman. I'll see you on the next video.